Believe it or not, virtual reality has been around for nearly 20 years. And yet, it still feels like a random experiment instead of the next mainstream video game. You'd think after nearly 2 decades of calling it the future, it'd be better, but it's not. So why does virtual reality still suck?
Okay, this is just totally her opinion. I get a lot of people do not like it, but most of the people that say that have never tried it before, or they only tried the phone VR. And I'll explain what phone VR later if you don't know the difference. But yeah, I'm just gonna be looking in this video, and they try to make facts that make no sense. Also, yes, I know I've been gone for a long time. People in the comments have kept saying that on my last video, so I had to delete a lot of them, at least 10 of them. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get into this video. Also, this is made by Tech Insider. It's called Everything Wrong with Virtual Reality. I do not know who Tech Insider is. I just found out about them a couple days ago. Also, my big question is, why do all these, news media channels always hate on virtual reality? Look, I only have 2 examples for this video because there's just a lot. And you can find a lot more on YouTube, but just, why do they always have to hate on it for no reason? It's good, but these people always hate on it for no reason, and I don't know why. Okay, now enough of my blabbing about nothing. Let's finally get into this video and see why what they're saying makes no sense at all.
First, the cost. Virtual reality is an expensive commitment.
Okay, she's saying this while holding a $20 phone VR headset. And if you guys don't know the difference between phone VR and VR, phone VR is where you take the goggles, you take the front part off, put the phone in, download a game or whatever, put a phone in, and then you close it, and then you watch it. Virtual reality is totally different. You can actually play games. You can actually feel like you're actually in the game. But with phone VR, it doesn't feel like you're in the game. The games you download on there are just like roller coasters and stuff. So it just makes no sense.
Commitment.
Right now, the cost of entry for virtual reality is around $400 or $500 once you factor in all the different devices and games and whatnot. There are some new machines coming up, like the Oculus Quest, that can make it a little bit easier.
Okay, so let's talk about the Samsung VR, which you can clearly see he puts the phone in. It's not VR. If it does not have the controllers, it's not VR because you can't actually do anything besides watch anything. I don't know why they have VR. That's why a lot of people don't like it, because phone VR like this ruins the reputation of it.
Phone VR, that's a bit cheaper, but overall you're probably going to be in the range of $500.
And that's just for entry-level models. If you're looking for something super powerful, like the Vive Pro Starter Kit, you're looking at least $1,000.
Okay, well, you don't need at least $1,000 because there's other headsets. You can buy an Oculus Quest. Well, I know at the time of this video, the Quest 2 wasn't even out, but according to now, you can buy a Quest 2. That's only $300. That's $700 less than this. I don't know why you would buy this unless you have a lot of money. I wouldn't expect people to save up all their money and their life savings just to buy this. Plus, you need a PC for it, so there's way more headsets you can play video games on there. You don't need this one.
And then there's the annoying setup. Most of these devices aren't something you can just plug into a power outlet and be on your way.
Well, that's because most of them don't even need that difficult of a setup. If you keep taking down the base stations after you set them up once, you're wasting your own time. Like the Quest and the Quest 2, all you have to do is put it on your head and turn on the power button and you're ready to go. For the PlayStation VR, all you have to do is turn on your PlayStation, put on the headset and turn on the cameras. It's not that hard to set up. And even for the PSVR, the PC VR, you don't need to do anything that much because all you have to do, your PC should already be set up. If it's not, then that's why it's going to take a long setup. All you have to do, plug it in to the PC and you're literally done. They try to make this statement a big deal, but it's not. Also, that first headset that she showed when she's scrolling across, it was upside down.
You have the Vive that can take a full room with sensors all around you. You have the PlayStation VR, which has extra cameras and sensor bars and even specific controllers for it. And then even the Gear VR can burn up your phone's battery if you use it for too long.
Okay, all these statements are dumb. One, the Vive, it does not take up a whole room. It's a certain space. If you don't have a lot of space in your room, don't set it up there then. Set it up in like your living room or something. Set it up somewhere where you have a lot of space. Two, the PlayStation VR, their thing made no sense. You don't need specific controllers. You can use a normal PlayStation controller if you want to. The motion controllers are optional. Some games are required, but a lot of games you don't need it. And the Gear VR thing, the Gear VR isn't taking up the battery. It's your phone because you're using it. The phone's always gonna battery. It's always gonna go down the more you use it.
Setting up a virtual reality experience on your own can be kind of a hassle. It just takes a lot of time, and even once you've spent it, you might not know what you want to do.
What? Okay, first of all, it showed her literally put the phone in the headset, and they're saying that it takes a long setup. That's easy to do. Also, what do you mean you're not gonna know what you're gonna do? You're obviously either gonna play a video game or watch something. Like, I don't know why they would even say that, because if you don't know what you're gonna do, why even put on the headset? And if you just put on the headset for no reason, then that's you wasting your own time.
And once you do finally figure out what games to play or how else to use it, this isn't like your PS4 or Xbox where you can binge for hours on end.
Okay, she's talking about the PlayStation or Xbox, but if you're playing the PlayStation VR, can't that binge for hours on end? She just made no sense at all. Also, for the PC VR, it's already plugged into the PC, so you can play for hours. Also, for the Quest and the Quest 2, you can play for a good 2 or 3 hours without it dying. You don't need to be on it all day, and if you do, charge it and then get back on it after it's charged.
The VR headsets that are available right now are a bit cumbersome and heavy, and spending too much time in virtual reality can be disorienting, so wearing the headset for more than half an hour can leave your head spinning when you take it off. Right now, Facebook is recommending that people take a 10 to 15 minute break for every 30 minutes that they play. That means even if you want to spend an hour in virtual reality, about 20 minutes of that will just be cooling off.
Okay, first of all, people are on for like more than a couple hours and your head doesn't have any problems. If you're not used to it, then yes. But if you have played it for years, then that won't be a problem for you anymore. Also, he said Facebook is recommending. You don't have to do that. People have played for literally the full battery life, took it off, and nothing is wrong with them. You don't have to take breaks. It's optional.
Not to mention, virtual reality is very platform specific.
If you purchase a game that requires the sensors and controllers of the HTC Vive, for example, you might not be able to carry it over to future technology.
Well, that's why you will have to make a Steam account to even buy the games. Then, when you buy a newer headset, like, I don't know, like a Valve Index or something, if you log into your Steam account, you can transfer all that to a future technology. They just made no sense again.
Most of the games that we see in VR right now are pretty basic compared to what you see on a video game console or even your smartphone.
What? What do you mean pretty basic? Okay, I get some console games are kind of better than some VR games, but on mobile phones, like what? Fortnite's better than these games that are basic? What? Like, this isn't like... If you're in VR, you're actually in the game. If you're on your phone, it's not like you're gonna be in Fortnite shooting people. This makes no sense.
Even the best games that have been in VR, like Resident Evil 7 or Super Hot VR, are available on regular computers, so there's not much of a reason just to go to VR to play.
Are you sure about that? If there wasn't a reason, the game wouldn't even been made. Like, so you're comparing that Super Hot on PC or console is better than super hot VR, where you're actually in the game, actually dodging the bullets, actually shooting the people. This makes no sense. Once again, I might start adding a sin counter to these videos.
And games made for something like the PlayStation VR won't be playable on other headsets and vice versa.
That's because it's on a PlayStation. If there was Steam on it, then you could, but there's no Steam on PlayStation. That's why you can't do that.
Right now, almost any game you buy for one platform won't work on any other platforms.
Well, yes, it will. If you buy something on Steam VR on the Quest, you can go to Steam on the HTC Vive, and you'll be able to play it. You just made no sense again.
That makes it harder for virtual reality to be a shared experience, which is another problem.
With a video game or a movie that you're really excited about, it's easy to bring that and share it with friends. You're all seeing and experiencing the same thing. But when it comes to virtual reality, you can be sitting with someone in the same room who's in VR, and it just feels like your world's apart.
How would it feel like your world's apart? You can cast it to your TV, then they can see what you're doing. And you can still talk to them. What? And what do you mean it's not a shared experience? There's many games where you can talk to other people. I don't know, like Rec Room, VR Chat. There's just a lot of games.
Companies like Facebook are working on programs that will let you share virtual reality with friends, but it's hard to see why that might beat out something like FaceTime or just regular video calling.
It's because it would be better. It would be like you're actually in person. If you're just on FaceTime, you're just looking at them. But if you're in the game where you can play together, it's like you're actually with them, but you're not. With FaceTime, you can tell that you're not with them. That's why they just made no sense again.
We've seen things like VR arcades, VR escape rooms, and even VR Ghostbusters that have been trying to make the experience more shared. But those require going somewhere.
Well, they require going somewhere because do you have a lot of space in that house for 3 or 4 people walking around playing Ghostbusters? No, that's why you have to go somewhere. And that's what makes it fun. Because there's a whole empty room where you can walk around and play the game. And it'll feel real.
Creating an admission cost for.
Out here, I'm in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, among all the stoners and the buffalo and the frisbee golf enthusiasts. But
Okay, what the freak are you doing? I went to the next video because the other one was just gonna make this too long. And this guy's outside with his Oculus Quest, holding the lenses straight into the sunlight. Now, I don't think I'm gonna be reviewing this video for that long because that's just a whole big mistake in itself.
here, when you first put on the Quest, it asks you to draw on the ground to define the space you have to play. It'll turn that into a virtual barrier in the headset to keep you from running into walls and stuff. Oculus recommends you have a space at least 6.5 feet by 6.5 feet, which is bigger than you think. I had to move a lot of furniture before I could play inside. But why play inside? The world is my oyster out here.
Okay, this guy's an idiot. You cannot play outside because that can permanently damage your whole headset. I don't know why. Like, did you not read the menu or anything? It says play indoors. Yeah, I'm done with this video. Peace out. See you guys in the next one, whenever that is.